Hey y'all, it's Amanda and this is my Texas Zone 8 garden, and today I'm here at Home Grown Plants in Farmersville, Texas, and I'm looking for a few things for some winter pots, but I want to show you guys around and give you a tour. Okay, so it's actually a really beautiful day. I think our highs are going to be in the 70s. But I wanted to come and show y'all, even with a nursery as large as this, they still have quite a few things at this time of the year. Now, most of this stuff over here is a lot of indoor plants, which is not what I am currently looking for. I'm really looking for some stuff that'll do well in some winter containers. It looks like they have a lot of pansies. Lots of beautiful pansies everywhere. Now I definitely love all these kale, and they've gotten really big and full. These are $8 each, and just for size reference, like these guys are big mamas. And those would fill my containers really well. Also love the purple. Always a fan of the purple. It's really nice. A few different ones. All of these 8-inch containers are $7.95. They also have some taller ones, which is nice over there too, because it would add some height to my containers, which would be really, really good. Look at this guy right here. So I guess its center stem probably got cut at the top, and now it produced like these multiples. That one's gorgeous. Here's one that's a trio. Really, really pretty. Okay, lots of poinsettias, but these will not last outside. They're actually tropical. But you could, especially if you're looking for some unique poinsettias, you can come over here and check them out. Look at these little bitty tiny ones. They're like a bright pink. Those are so pretty. Look at these. But poinsettias, they won't last outside for me. So typically if I put them outside on my porch, I have to bring them in anytime there's a freeze. I have quite a few. Let's look over here. Looks like they've got some amaryllis, some good gifts over here. So here's like a hellebore right here, which is blooming, which is crazy to me. Let's see how much their hellebore is. It's $30, y'all. That's pricey. Got lots of hellebore over there. Got some frosty ferns, which I've tried before and they've done poorly. This is cyclamen, and I love cyclamen. I love the bright, bold colors, but it also has to come inside whenever we're having deep freezes. So that's something that I would have to plan around. Look at these really large ones. Those are gorgeous. Let's see how much a cyclamen is. This one guy is $13.95, and these smaller ones are $7.95. Got some calancho, which also would be considered indoor. You got all your Thanksgiving and Christmas cactus, a whole bunch of succulents. And I really meant to do some succulent projects this year, and I just never got around to it. Maybe we'll get to it in the future. Okay, so let's walk over here. They have a bunch of herbs right now, and you could definitely grow, like you could definitely put in like some broccoli or some kale. This is purple broccoli. You could put this in the container and allow it to grow over the winter, which would be kind of fun. Here's some more broccoli over here. So there's a few different things, like some of the kale and lettuce would work for a little while as well. Hey, how are you? Okay, so over here are perennials, and you do still have time to plant perennials. So don't be afraid, and they look not awesome when you're looking at them like this, but if you put them in now, they're gonna have a lot of time to grow, and then they'll come back during the spring, and you'll really get a jump on your growth in the spring. I love Gaillardia. Love Gaillardia. phlox, and that is an early. I typically see a lot of the phlox in early spring too. Well, I would say mid-spring for me. This Artemisia is so pretty. That would look really pretty in a container, and this will last a while. It does like the cold, but that would like be a really pretty addition to a container. Looks like they've got some hypericum berries. Now, most of these would not be great for me to put in my container now because they are not really going to stay for very long. And I do want my container to last at least a little while if possible. It's a bunch of autumn sage. Autumn sage does a rebloom in late fall, which is really fun. It's a great time of year for autumn sage. You can get multiple blooms out of it over the year, throughout the entire season. A lot of grasses. I'm not really interested in a grass, although that is really pretty. Okay, and then over here is tons and tons of pansies and dianthus. So this is all dianthus over here, and dianthus will continue to bloom throughout the winter, and it does act as a perennial in my particular area. Looks like a flat is $16.95. And they have it in a wide variety of colors, including a mix. Here's your mix right there. Now over here we have the smaller containers of the ornamental kale. So we have that in a wide variety. These are $1.65 each or $18.95 for an entire flat. We certainly don't need an entire flat for the project that I'm considering. And then we have our pansies and violas, and I assume these are around like $18 to $19 per flat. Those are really pretty. Like the whites. Look at these over here. Look how vibrant and happy these are. These mixture ones. Those are super pretty. Yeah, I do really like the mixtures. Now these are some of my favorites. This is a mixture, but this is a penny viola blue. One of my favorites, love it. Here's a mixture with a little bit of purple, maroon, burgundy, white, and yellow. Not a fan of the yellow. I feel like when the yellow is mixed in, it doesn't look as nice. I prefer for it to be, if I'm going to do yellow, I want like a lot of yellow mixed in it. This one feels very fall Halloween. These are so fun. These kind of plum with orange. Those look great. But here's flats of my favorites. These are the penny blue, and they bloom their heads off, y'all. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at this oak leaf hydrangea. This is a quickfire hydrangea. Look at the color. Quickfire hydrangea standard. Isn't that lovely? Love the color on that and love the dried blooms. So pretty. Okay, so more pansies and violas. It looks like they're $16.95 per flat. I do like the red tones. I think would be fun in these containers, and that's really kind of what I'm leaning towards, the red. These are really pretty. They have a little bit of yellow mixed in. I like that, but I don't love that. Here's your standard blotch that has like the purple, white with the purple in the center. These are super pretty too. But I really am leaning towards red and white. think is the direction I want to go on these containers, because the containers are right by the front porch that I just finished. And I don't want to do something like throw yellow in there. I just don't think it'll work very well. And typically I actually do a lot of purple, but this is so close to the front porch that I want to not do purple here. These are lovely. Those are so sweet. Look at the mix with the black. The black and the orange. Those are fabulous. How fun. They have some interesting mixes here, which is really kind of cool. One year I really need to push myself to step out of the box and really do like oranges and yellows and bright colors for my pansies and violas. Now here's Dusty Miller. They're also $16.95 a flat. And I am planning on putting some of this in on my front curve. So that looks really good. I like how it has this snowy look to it. This also works really well as a cut flower. More pansies. This is kind of a cooler mix. I do like these pale yellow as opposed to the deeper yellow. I think this looks really nice. And they do have hanging baskets of pansies as well. Okay, and then last row of pansies. I love this look because the sun's that way. So all the pansies, you can see all the backs of the pansies because they're all facing the sun. I think that's so fun. They're such like little soldiers. I love it. Here's some pretty reds. These are more of like a burgundy. They have way more pink in them. Okay, coming around the corner here, you can definitely see that they're all cleared out for the winter, which is kind of cool. Now, they will have a lot of starts back here, like they'll be starting all their containers for the spring already, because they'll have stuff in March ready to go, which is exciting. Looks like they have a lot of grass starts that they've got going over here, which look cool. And a lot of perennials, or these all say annuals. Tidalite, I think they've cut back a bunch of like their peppers, which is smart. I don't know, these all look like little cuttings. These are bougainvilleas. That's what this is. So these are cuttings that they have taken, bougainvillea cuttings, and they've put them all into these containers. Tidalite, that's a bougainvillea. That's I should have realized that. That's totally bougainvillea. So that's what all of these are. Wow. You can see some of them have blooms over here already. That is so cool. So you can see they've got blooms over there. That is so cool to see all their cuttings going. And you can see it's 4 plants per container. Wow. That's pretty cool. And they've got all their bougainvillea hanging baskets back here are all ready to go. And I mean, they close up this greenhouse during the winter. So these stay warm. So these will just grow and grow and grow. Super cool to see that. See all the cuttings. And they just left a little bit of green on the top of all of them. We have some hanging baskets. I do like this staghorn right here is really pretty. Hanging baskets. Ferns of all kinds, asparagus ferns, Kelly ferns. I see some airplane plants over here and some ivy. That's looking really pretty. Okay, let me grab a basket and let's go ahead and pick out what I'm going to need for the winter containers. Okay. We definitely want to get some of this kale. And even though I'm not super excited about having like purple, I'm still going to get one of these. I think it's going to add a lot of color and contrast. And I really like this one that's like a trio. I think that looks really good. All right, I also need something with some height, so we'll go ahead and grab this guy, this kale. And I've got 3 containers to fill. 1 really large one, and then 2 smaller ones. See, that adds some nice height right there. I also think I'm gonna grab, I know it's purple, but I still think I'm gonna grab one of these ornamental kale because that just adds a lot of height, which I think will be nice. And I actually think all 3 of these are gonna go in 1 container. With that being said, I think I want to grab one of these guys, and I think the one I want is this guy. And I like how he's angled a little bit to face forward. Now, when I am choosing for containers and such on my basket or on my cart, I try to divide them out. So if you look at this one, just grouping of 3, I can kind of group them together and kind of get a feel for what they look like. And I think that really helps to help me make better choices. I might grab one thing of snaps. How much is a snap? They say that, but how much is it? Doesn't say. I think it might be nice to have a little bit of color. Now, some of these on their way out the door, and I would need to trim off the older ones. But I think a little bit of color, I think that would be helpful. Okay, and then we definitely want, I definitely want a whole flat of Dusty Miller. Now, see how some of them are like way taller? I kind of want one that is a little bit shorter. Okay, got my Dusty Miller. You can see how that Dusty Miller really adds some contrast to the design. Now, from here, I want to do some red pansies, and I like these over here, but they have a little more orange to them. So I saw another set over here which are really dark red. Let's go over there and take a look. They were right over here on the front. Yeah, I think I'm going to get a set of these. I'm going to get a flat. And whatever extra ones I have, I'm going to mix with Dusty Miller on my curved garden. All right, I'm going to have to put y'all down while I get that. Okay, feeling good about my choices, excited. I might put a few silk or faux picks mixed in with these, just to give it a little bit of Christmassy vibe, and then those will be pulled out in January. Really like the look of them. Like the look of everything I got. Super fun. And I'm gonna go check out and I'll chat with you guys in the car. Okay, so I think that I'm going to also grab some tulip bulbs just to tuck in with the design. These are kind of cool. These narcissus, they look shorter. These are only 6 to 14, but I would be okay with that. I think I might get a bag of these and tuck them in amongst this, one of these, the larger planter. And I think these will be a fun spring surprise. Okay, so I forgot to record in the car. It's actually been a couple of days, and I was storing these on my porch. Let me sit down so y'all can see. Storing these on my porch and ended up covering them up during some freezing temps that we have. But I'm really happy with what I ended up getting, and we will create a container, and I'll do a whole video on that and show you guys. And I mean, there were still some things out there at Homegrown, which was nice. Not a ton, not as much as what I saw at Covington's, but I mean, that's okay. A lot of it was just appropriate for the time of the year. So I'm really looking forward to doing this planter, and that should wrap up, let's see, that planter, and then I have some snowman planters in the back I need to take care of, and that should wrap me up for the winter planting season, which is really exciting. So I hope you guys enjoyed just a little bit of tour in the greenhouse, which is really, really nice and warm, which felt good. They will start filling back in towards the end of February, which will be really exciting. And so I will start tours again around that time with y'all. As always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Every time you like and comment, it helps grow the channel so much. And if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, just drop me an emoji below, letting me know that you made it to the end of the video and that you say hi. And be sure to check me out on my social media outlets, including Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, she's a mad gardener or decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.